My sister said I was too messy for the nice room, so I kept the room exactly how she left it. Growing up, my sister Jenna had the big bedroom, the one with the walk-in closet, the sunlight, the bathroom you didn't have to share. I had what my parents generously called a room. It was a closet with a window that never fully shut. In January, I'd wake up and there'd be frost on the inside of the glass. Actual frost. On the inside. And every single time I asked to switch, Jenna had the same line. "You're too messy for the nice room, Tra. Prove you can keep it clean first." Here's the thing. Her room was a disaster. Clothes on the floor, plates growing things under the bed, makeup smeared across every surface. But I was the messy one. That was the rule. She said it built character. She loved that word. Character. Every time I complained I got frost, she got a fireplace, she'd smile and say it builds character. I heard it so many times it stopped being words. It was just a sound she made when she wanted something and didn't want to feel bad about it. So I left. Full scholarship, MIT, 3 jobs, no sleep. Jenna stayed in that bedroom, went to the local school, moved right back in after graduation, never came out. 28 years old, same twin bed, same faded posters, squeaking every time she rolled over. I got the software job, Silicon Valley, 2 promotions in 3 years. Jenna sold essential oils and went $5,000 into debt. And last month I bought a house, 4 bedrooms, a master suite with a walk-in closet bigger than my parents' kitchen, heated floors, the whole thing. I posted the photos. Jenna called within the hour. That voice, the sweet one she used to use right before she took something. "Tara, I'm so proud of you. So listen, I got laid off, things are tight. Mom said you've got all that room now." I knew before she finished. I was thinking I could stay a few months. We'd be roommates, like when we were kids. "Of course," I said. "You can have the guest room. Twin bed, shares a bathroom with the office." Pause. "The guest room? But the master's so big, we could share it. Like old times. Remember our sleepovers?" And I want you to understand something. I had that line ready for 11 years. 11 years I carried it around like a stone in my pocket. "Jenna," I said, "you're too messy for the nice room. Prove you can keep it clean first." Silence. A long one. I counted it. 10 seconds. "That's not fair. I'm your sister. It builds character," I said. "You need to learn responsibility before you get nice things." She hung up on me. 2 hours later, Mom. "Tara, she's crying. She says you're being cruel." "I offered her a room, Mom. How is that cruel? She needs support right now. She's getting the exact support she gave me for 18 years. Jenna didn't take the guest room. Too proud. She moved back in with our parents instead, except her old room, the good one, had been turned into Mom's craft space. So she ended up in mine, the little one, the closet with the window. And that's when Mom said the thing I wasn't ready for. "Honey, she's really struggling in there. That room's freezing. Did you know it still gets frost on the window in winter? Your father never did fix it. Never did fix it. 12 years. 12 years I slept under that frost, and every time I said something, the answer was, 'It builds character. Wait your turn. Prove yourself first.' And nobody ever picked up a screwdriver. Not once. The window was never broken. The window was the point. I sat there holding the phone in a house with heated floors, and I finally understood it was never about me being messy. There was no clean enough. There was just a window they were happy to let me freeze behind, as long as I kept believing it was my fault. I almost let it go. I almost hung up. Then Mom lowered her voice, like she didn't want Jenna to hear, and said, "Tara, there's something else. Something about that window. We never told you why your father wouldn't fix it. And now that you've moved out, I think you need to know before Jenna finds it." Then the line went quiet, and I heard my dad in the background say one word, "Don't." But Mom didn't stop. That's the part that still gets me. For 40 years, that woman did whatever my father said. And this one time, in this one moment, she just kept talking like he wasn't even in the room. "There's a panel under the window," she said, "behind the baseboard. Your dad put it in the year you were born. It's why the window never sealed right. He cut into the frame to make the space, and the cold just always came through after that. He always said he'd fix it. He never fixed it because fixing it meant opening it." I didn't say anything. I couldn't. I was standing in my own kitchen, and I swear, I could feel that frost on my face again. 12 years of it. "Opening what, Mom?" And then I heard the phone move, rustling. My dad's voice. Closer now. Tight. "Give me the phone, Karen." "No," she said. To him. Just, no. I'd never heard her say it to him. Not once in 30 years. The line crackled. Then she was back, but she was whispering now. Fast. Like she had a countdown running in her head. "Tara, listen to me. Whatever your father tells you next, he's going to make it sound like nothing. He's going to say it's old paperwork. It's not paperwork. When you were 3, there was money. A lot of money. From your grandmother, your real grandmother, my mother, the one you barely remember. She didn't leave it to me. She left it to you. I sat down. I actually had to sit down on my own kitchen floor, in the house I bought, with the money I earned, with my 3 jobs and my no sleep. What do you mean she left it to me? She never trusted your father. Smart woman. So she set it up so you'd get it at 18, and when you turned 18, she stopped. I heard her breathe. When you turned 18, you were gone. MIT, you never came home to ask about it. And your father? He told the lawyer you'd declined it. He signed things, Tara. Your name. In your handwriting, almost. He practiced. The frost. The window he wouldn't fix. The room he stuck me in and called character building. Suddenly it wasn't cruelty. It was worse. It was a filing system. He kept me in the cold, cramped, believing I was the failure of the family, because a girl who thinks she's worthless doesn't go asking questions about what she's owed. A girl who's grateful just to escape doesn't hire a lawyer. He didn't put me in that room to build my character. He put me in that room to make me small enough to rob. How much? I said. My voice came out flat. I didn't recognize it. With interest? Now? The lawyer said it would be somewhere close to $400,000. $400,000? I thought about the winter I wore my coat to bed for 3 months straight because we couldn't justify running the heat to a room that small. I thought about begging for a bus pass. I thought about my dad shaking his head slow and sad, saying, "Money doesn't grow on trees, Tara. You have to earn things in this house." While he sat on my grandmother's money, my money, behind a panel, behind a baseboard, behind a window he would not fix, because fixing it meant somebody might look. And here's the part that turned my stomach all the way over. Jenna. Jenna was in that room right now. My room. The cold one. And she had no idea what she was sleeping on top of. But Jenna's whole life was digging through things that weren't hers. Jenna went through my diary at 14. Jenna sold my grandmother's ring, the little one, the one thing I did have, for $200 when she was 19, and told our parents I lost it. Jenna could not leave a drawer unopened in her entire life. "Mom," I said slowly, "does Jenna know about the panel?" Long pause. "That's why I'm calling," she said. "Your father moved his tools into that room last week. He's been going in there at night. Ever since Jenna moved back in, he's been trying to get to it before she does. But she caught him at it 2 days ago. She asked him what he was doing pulling up the baseboard in her room at midnight." Mom's voice dropped so low I had to press the phone into my ear. "And Tara, she didn't tell me what he said. But this morning I found her online, looking up how to challenge a will. She doesn't know the money's yours. She thinks it's up for grabs." I stood up off my kitchen floor. "Karen, my dad, roaring it now. Hang up the phone right now." And that's when I heard the third voice. Not my mom, not my dad, coming from somewhere behind them in that house, from down the hall, from a cold little room with a window that never sealed. "Jenna." And she was laughing. "Too late," she said. "I already found it." Then the sound changed. That hollow, close sound a phone makes when someone picks it up off a table. Jenna had it now. She had my mom's phone, and she must have seen it was me, because the first thing she said, sweet as anything, sweeter than she'd been on the day she asked to move in, was, "Hi, Tra." I didn't say a word. "Funny thing about this room," she went on. I could hear her walking. I could hear the floorboard by the window, the one that always creaked, the one I stepped over for 12 years without thinking. Turns out it's not so useless after all. There's a whole little space under here. Dad's been so worried about it. Wonder why. "Jenna, put the panel back." "Or what?" She laughed again. "You've got your big house, your heated floors. You don't need whatever this is. And I've got nothing, remember? You made sure of that. You wouldn't even give me a bedroom." She thought this was about a bedroom. She had my grandmother's inheritance under her hands, and she thought this was payback for a bedroom. "Jenna." I kept my voice very calm, calmer than I felt. "Whatever's under there, do not sign anything. Do not call anyone. Do not touch it. It's not what you think it is." "It's an envelope," she said. "It's a big fat envelope, Tra, and it's got a name on it." I heard paper. I heard her turn it over, and then she went quiet. Really quiet. "Read the name, Jenna." "Nothing." "Read it out loud." And in the smallest voice I'd ever heard come out of my sister, smaller than the frost, smaller than that whole cold room, she read it. It says, "Tara, not Jenna, not the estate, not to whom it may concern. Tara." For once in her life, my sister didn't have a comeback. 12 years of "you're too messy for the nice room." 12 years of "you'll live in a tiny apartment forever." 12 years of a father telling me money doesn't grow on trees, while my name sat sealed in an envelope under the coldest room in the house. And it took one line, read out loud, in her own voice, for all of it to flip. "Now you know," I said, "why it was never the nice room." I heard my dad in the background, not roaring anymore, just one long breath, the sound of a man watching 30 years of a lie come apart in his own daughter's hands. And I hung up first. They'll call back. All 3 of them will call back. Jenna scared, My dad furious. My mom finally free. The lawyer's number is already open on my other screen, and that envelope with my name on it is sitting in the one room in that whole house they swore I'd never be good enough for. I think I'll go get it myself. But first, I turned the heat up in my house one more degree, and I let it run in every single room.